Here we go on our 4.2 photosynthesis lecture. All right, so 4.2 is just the overview of photosynthesis. You can take notes on the power notes that I attached, or you could just take notes on paper. As a refresher, I want to remind you that adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, is a molecule that transfers energy from your food molecules to the cell. Okay, so that ATP will take the energy from food after digestion and will transfer it or deliver it to your cell to be used for different processes that it needs to go through. And also recall that you get different amount of energy from the food that you eat. So carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, all give you different types of energy, different kinds of energy, different amounts of energy. So that's why we have to eat a variety of food. Some organisms don't have to eat food in order to have energy. So if we look at this food chain, all organisms receive their energy from the sun in one way or another. Okay, except for the chemosynthesis thing that we talked about the other day where they literally don't get sunlight, so they use chemicals. But majority of organisms get their energy from the sun. So we have the sun. Oh no, stop it. Okay, sorry. We have the sun, okay, nice and shiny. So it produces energy from nuclear fusion, okay? That energy travels through waves to the Earth, where we have these producers. Producers use sun energy to make their own food. So they capture that sunlight and they transfer it, or whatever, I don't know what the word is, but they transfer it into food energy. And then from there, animals or consumers like us, like the deer, eat plants in order to get energy. And then tigers eat the deer, and then worms feed on the deer feed on the tiger after it's been decomposed. So yeah, that's our food chain. So like I said before, producers make their own chemical energy. Examples would be plants, like corn, bacteria, and protists. So they use photosynthesis to convert sunlight to make sugars, to make energy, to make food. Okay? So plants need a molecule that captures that sunlight. Just like we have solar panels that will capture the sunlight and then it gets converted into electricity to be used by our houses, plants need a way to capture sunlight, and that molecule is called chlorophyll. So chlorophyll is a molecule that absorbs light energy. Chlorophyll is found within chloroplasts. Chloroplast is an organelle found in plants. There are different types of chlorophyll, but the two main kinds of chlorophyll are chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. And together they absorb red and blue wavelengths. So I want you to look at the light energy spectrum, the solar energy spectrum. So solar energy there's radio waves, there's X-rays, there's ultraviolet, and then there's visible. So this little section of our energy spectrum deals with light energy, energy that we can see, visible light. So together, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B will absorb the blue light, they will absorb the reds, and then what's left behind of the visible light is the green and the yellow. So if it's not being absorbed, then it's being reflected. So most plants appear to be green because that section of light is being reflected. It's not being absorbed by chlorophyll. Now in the fall, when the leaves start to turn colors, that's because the chlorophyll is not working as properly. It's preparing for like hibernation. So the chlorophyll's not absorbing that light energy anymore. So that's what makes the leaves turn yellow, orange, red, because that chlorophyll has stopped absorbing that light. All right, so there are two different processes to photosynthesis. The first one is the light light-dependent reactions. It's called light-dependent reaction because it depends on sunlight. It needs to absorb sunlight, and it also requires water, and this takes place in the thylakoid. So located within the thylakoid are the chlorophyll molecules. So the sunlight beams into the plant. The chlorophyll is there in the thylakoid to absorb that light energy. That light energy is transferred along the thylakoid membrane and then transferred to the light-independent reaction, which is the second reaction, by the help of ATP. And then the result of this is oxygen. So we have water and sunlight come into the light-dependent. Actually, I have a picture. Okay, here. So our light-dependent reaction takes place in the thylakoid, this quarter-looking thing, where chlorophyll is. So this sunlight comes in, and the chlorophyll absorbs the energy. That energy, with the help of water, gets transferred to energy-carrying molecules, including ATP. So this sunlight is already converted to ATP. As a result, as a product, oxygen is given off. So basically these water molecules, the hydrogens are used and the oxygens are like expelled. We are getting rid of them. Wow. So that was the first process. The first process is to absorb the sunlight and convert water into oxygen, basically. And then it makes ATP. Then that ATP is transferred to the light-independent reactions. The light-independent reactions don't necessarily use sunlight, but they use the energy from the first process. So this takes place in the stroma. The stroma of the chloroplast is the liquid. With the help of carbon dioxide and the energy from the light-dependent reactions, this goes through a cycle to build a sugar molecule, a glucose molecule. So here's our light-independent reactions. We have carbon dioxide that is brought into the plant. We have energy from the first reaction. And it goes through this cycle called the Calvin cycle to make a glucose molecule, or a 1,6 carbon molecule. And so the overall equation to photosynthesis is 6 CO2. So CO2 is carbon dioxide. So 6 carbon dioxide molecules and 6 water molecules. Okay, they enter the plant. The water enters through the roots. The carbon dioxide enters through the leaves. And they travel to the chloroplast to be used in these reactions. And then as a product of photosynthesis of these reactions, we have oxygen, 6 oxygen molecules, and 1 glucose molecule. So the glucose molecule is the C6H12O6. This equation, it would be best to memorize because it is very important. Okay, I hope this worked better than just lecturing in class. So watch this video and be prepared for questions tomorrow during our Google Meet.